Andy, you know what really fucking heats my cornhole?
What's that, Josh?
Reeds. Why does every reed I get suck? It's two pieces of wood fucking tied together. How complicated can it be?
Yeah, you would imagine it would be easier than it is, but this is Andy Fusco. Why did I say my last name? I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
well, this is Josh with the Chanarant Podcast,
yeah,
and we are the world's worst bagpiping podcast. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about two pieces of wood fucking tied together and all the pain they cause.
For the first time, we might actually get to something bagpipe related.
We might actually...
Unless we go off on an early tangent.
We've had some bagpiping related topics, but speaking of tangents, I think now is as good a time as any for us to introduce the new and improved Cahill's Corner, which apparently has theme music now, which, I mean, I don't even have fucking theme music, so I feel like...
Don't worry, I'll get to that someday.
You'll get to that. I'll have a theme song. So we're going to take a quick listen to Cahill's Corner, and he's going to let us know what happened in last week's Chanarant Podcast.
This is Cahill. I'm back again for another exciting edition of Cahill's Corner. It's fucking old smuggler and rock this shit out. Last week on the show, we learned the secret love of Joe Brady and Josh, and it's a special kind of love. He sent the boys some liquor-infused cupcakes to get them a little bit more drunk during the show. I think that Josh professed his love for Joe. It was very touching. So I think a new hashtag comes out of that one, hashtag Josh. The guys took my advice this week and went hard with some booze-infused cupcakes. I guess as hard as you can go with cupcakes. It was a little disturbing to listen to these poofs eating cupcakes, and at the same time it was a little bit arousing, I'll say. I got a special kind of tingle in my no-no place, probably because... two things that I love is booze and any kind of sweets, so like it made a fat kid happy. Throughout this episode, they mentioned that Angel is a bit flaky, that he says he'll be at stuff and doesn't show up. What we heard was audio evidence of Angel agreeing that he would be at every engagement. The best part of that is he denied that he ever said that. He denied that he was filmed saying it. He stuck to his guns with that stuff, and I believe that this makes him basically the Trump of the pipe band world. They got him on camera, video, audio, saying he was going to do this stuff, and the whole time he's going, it wasn't me. I think Shaggy wrote a song about this for Angel's benefit, but we got you on camera, wasn't me. Said you'd be at the contest, wasn't me. The whole time, and he stuck to his gun. Angel, you're busted, man. Just admit it, you fucked up, dude. Move on. I do have to say fuck all you motherfuckers for shitting on service bands, and I hope Josh gets tased. Hashtag sensitive fireman. And the overall moral, I guess, of the episode was, hey, shit happens. Get your fucking ass to band. That's all I got for Cahill's Corner. Catch you bitches next week.
And we're back. Cahill yet again nails it. Gives us a great summary for the week. Josh, I'm a little curious how you feel about... Do you remember last week at all, actually?
I tell you what, I remember less and less as we go on. I feel like there's probably some long-term damage being done to my brain by the alcohol consumption during this show.
Speaking of that, by the way, I do think I'm ahead of you 2-1 in the hashtag Team Andy versus hashtag Team Josh. Who drinks more...
and see, this
poll.
This is absolutely...
So out of the 6 listeners, 3 people responded.
Out of 6 listeners, 3 people responded. 2 for you, 1 for me. And
yep.
you know for a fact that's bullshit, because I certainly drink more than you.
Yes, but apparently I'm a better liar. We tricked them into
thinking that... people think that because you have the beard that you can actually drink like a human, like a normal grown man.
Yeah, but I can't.
Because they've never seen you slurp water straight out of the faucet after a tequila shot, and I have.
Oh my god, that's a whole nother story.
Or fall asleep cuddling a McMuffin after a night of potching.
Oh my god. Speaking of that, going hard. Cahill nailed that as well. We did go hard last week. We are back to form. We're going to try to do that again this week. So
yeah, I mean, it's going to be even more hilarious because we have an 8 a.m. gig tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you?
Yeah, but that's a band gig, so I can show up hungover and I can power through.
Fuck you, hungover. I'm going to show up still drunk. All we got to do is watch people get their heads shaved for cancer kids. Like, how well do we actually have to play?
Oh, that's a good point, really. Yeah, but
Don't get me wrong. By the way, St. Baldrick's, very good organization, very good foundation. If you have the opportunity, go get your head shaved. Help the cancer kids, for fuck's sake. You greedy bastard. Your hair will grow back longer than they'll be alive.
yeah, absolutely. So
don't be a dick about it. Shave your fucking hair and donate.
I did want to ask you about this, Josh.
That being said, I'm not going to do it.
No, hell no. I never shave my head for that.
I'll just give him the money.
My donation is to play. That's my
My donation is how much money do I have to give you for me not to have to shave my head?
exactly. But did you hear from Angel this week? Did you know?
I haven't heard anything from Angel, and I feel like Cahill really hit that one on the head.
Boy, did he!
He's kind of in hiding right now.
Yeah, he's really upset. He was really hurt by all.
I do like the phrase that Angel is apparently the Donald Trump of pipe band. I think that's gonna stick. Hashtag Angel is Donald Trump.
Yep, absolutely. But
hashtag Angel Trump. There we go.
Did you know Angel got in trouble with his wife this week?
I can only assume he got in trouble with his wife because he came on this fucking show.
He insisted that she would not listen, not realizing that she's a very supportive woman. She's a very nice lady.
She wanted to support his creative endeavors,
and she
not
listened,
realizing that was a terrible idea.
And Angel talked about his other wives, the redheads he banged, all this stuff, and she was not having it.
It's times like this that I'm glad that nobody listens to this podcast. Otherwise, I would probably also be in some trouble. Oh, actually, I think I might be in some trouble. We have a mutual friend who I think is a little cross at me for episode 4.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, she was not happy about the agents thing. Right?
Booking agents should kill themselves.
We do have a very good friend that is an agent, and it was not directed at her.
No.
Unless she acts in those ways.
Which I don't think she ever has. But then again, she's never booked me before, so I don't know.
But if she has, she should go kill herself.
If you're out there, random friend, I'm not going to apologize. So deal with it.
Yeah, we love you anyway, but suck it up.
Yeah, I love you, but you're a big girl.
I got in trouble too for episode 2, along the lines of Angel. Heard from an ex-girlfriend that was not happy about what things I said, but this is what podcasting is all about: just going balls to the wall.
Honestly, I think our best market research to find out who's actually listening is all of our hate mail.
Absolutely.
We get way more hate mail than like positive reinforcement. It's like people are like, I can't fucking believe you said this. Oh, you listen.
Exactly.
You're a fan of the show.
It's the Howard Stern model. Like,
yeah, it works.
The more people that hate you, the more they'll listen. But
dude, episode 10, we're gonna give someone an orgasm with a subwoofer. Like, don't worry, it's happening.
I can't wait for that. Is it gonna be me?
It might be Joe Brady. But
that would be amazing. Yeah. Speaking of hate mail, we did talk about service bands last week. Cahill talked about that. We did,
yeah, we did. There were some shots fired at the service bands, and I completely stand by our opinion.
Yeah. I figured it this way: you're taking shots at all the actual bands that can play, saying everybody sucks in the U.S. and all that. My job is to take shots at the service bands, the ones that are actually not very good, so that way everybody will hate us.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's equal opportunity hatred.
Covering all grounds here.
And going along that line, I'll stop hurting your ears with insults as soon as you stop hurting my ears with what you call music. I think that's all fair.
That is a good point. Good point. So
yeah.
Hashtag sensitive fireman.
Hashtag butthurtometer, I think, was one of the ones that got tweeted at us. So we're up to like 15 hashtags in 6 episodes.
Yeah, I don't know how to keep track of these anymore, to be quite honest.
I think we need to just like make a ticker or like a running list. We'll have a poster that we reference because it's gotten crazy. Most importantly, hashtag Team Josh, which I think that we should really have a conversation about. Not that I'm butthurt that I lost the votes.
If anybody would like to help Josh feel better, please. There's still time to vote. Just hashtag Team
you can still vote.
Andy, and
it's open-ended. You got to keep in mind that we don't actually remember the last episode. That's why we have to have Cahill's Corner.
Yeah, that's exactly why we listen to it.
We only pay him in cupcakes and Magnum condoms,
which he uses to make balloon animals for his kids' birthdays and stuff.
Yeah, it's very special balloons.
Cahill can make a hell of a snake.
Yeah,
let me tell you,
he makes a fantastic balloon snake.
So anyway, that's our wrap-up, I guess, for now.
Yeah, that's a wrap-up for episodes. Let's see, that was 5, so we're going into 6. Can you believe we made it to 6 episodes?
I can't. Mostly because I don't remember them, so why would I believe it?
Every episode feels like the first one. That's how we keep the magic alive.
Yeah, it is pretty magical.
Yeah. People talk about, it's funny, it's going, like, you guys seem to enjoy it. It's because for us, it's the first episode every time.
Yeah. Exactly. But except for the people that say we're too negative. How do you feel
Well,
about
we get told that we're too negative a lot. It's a fucking comedy show.
that? If we weren't bitching, then
Yeah.
we wouldn't have a show, essentially.
Like Jerry Seinfeld didn't build a fucking career talking about how great airplane peanuts are. So
Exactly.
let's do episode 7 of Channer Rant, the positive episode. Hey Andy, how's everything?
Oh, it's really good. What great weather we're having.
Everything's great here too. End of episode. Goodbye. Like, fuck you. Nobody wants to listen to that.
Oh, you cocksuckers.
I'm a generally happy person usually. I mean, I just like to, I like to fucking stir the shit.
Normally, I rely on drinking to make me happier because I'm pretty happy drunk as it goes, believe it or not. But
I just rely on drinking to make the voices go away.
yeah, that helps too, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So,
But anyway,
speaking of voices going away,
whose voice has gone away recently?
well, if you notice, we have no third person this
We
week.
have no third wheel.
Yeah.
By the way, I've started referring to that spot as the third wheel.
They don't really get much of a word in a lot of the time. They sit here and they kind of...
Well, I will say
There are targets, but-
we've had some mixed reviews as well. I mean, Cahill was so fucking awful that we had to give him just a 1-minute segment at the beginning of the episode, so he wouldn't actually try to be on the show anymore. Which that worked great for us.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll eventually slowly get what do you call it? Get him off the show.
Yeah, we'll whittle him. We'll whittle him down. He'll have a 1-minute spot, 30-second spot, 10-second spot.
So don't worry. If you hate Cahill's Corner, don't worry. We're getting rid of him soon
It'll be
enough.
partway through Cahill's Corner's theme song and then just cut out. It'll be perfect.
But after Ben was on, people really seemed to like Big Sexy
Big Sexy was a hit
until
Angel.
Angel came on.
Angel stole the fucking show. That's why I feel like we can't have him back.
Yeah, he'll steal our job. Just
He
like
could-
just like the minority is.
He could
He's stealing all our white
take-
people's jobs.
Took our derbs. I don't think he will fully take our jobs because, if he did this show once a week, he would be, once again, very divorced.
That too, but the audience would never be able to rely on a time for it to come out regularly because it
That's
would always
true,
be
yeah.
later.
It would
Every
always
week would be a
be-
little later and later.
You'd be waiting on an episode for like 8 months, like it was Grace Note Vortex or something.
Oh, boom!
Love you guys.
I'm a little
You got
lost
nothing
after
there,
that
yeah.
one. I'm lost after that one.
I will say that a lot of people very accurately commented on the fact that Angel has probably the sexiest voice. I received multiple messages about it. Big Rab didn't call it sexy. Rab just said that he has a great voice, which is true. But I had a lot of people writing in that just said, Angel's voice is so sexy, you guys should have him on all the time. I'm like, well, he was supposed to be on the second episode, and we got him in by episode
By
5. So
yeah. Good luck for us getting him back. But yeah,
every 5 episodes, we might get Angel to commit.
yeah, and hopefully we can make it happen. But did one.
He fucking sees us less often than his illegitimate children.
Very true. But hopefully we'll get him back. Let's talk about what we have coming up, though. We do have a couple special guests and topics coming up.
This is true. We have some evenings coming up that are probably going to be a little more entertaining than this one. Not to short sell us too much.
Yeah,
But,
there's only 2 of us here, so this is going to suck. So
well, Lucy's
hang in.
here, the social media intern.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
she's
we'll put
just
her on.
busy taking pictures of us.
Taking pictures and doing social. No, what do you want to talk about first? Because we have a very interesting segment, and probably a segment that's going to get us the most flack, I think, that we've gotten in a while, is we're going to have a real deep dive on pipe band associations.
And how useless they're.
And how they're about as useful as a shit-flavored lollipop.
We are going to get into that probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, within the next couple of weeks. We have a really good guest lined up that will remain nameless for now.
But he is, I'll just say that he is a officer of a association. So we will have a counterpoint, even though he'll get no words in whatsoever.
Do you think,
we'll keep muting him when he talks, but
I just think he's going to end up agreeing with us at the end, but we'll see.
Well, if we can't convince him with our intelligence, we'll just shout him down until he
berate him until he cuts himself.
So that's going to be an interesting one coming up. We've actually, I was working on getting guests for that one, and a couple people were like, "Oh, here's a whole bunch of information, but I'm not going to come on and talk about it."
I refuse to have my name broadcast on your show. And don't get me wrong, I blame you. When I said that correctly, I blame you. I don't not blame you. Like, fuck you. You should just come on the show. Be bold.
Stop being a pussy. Hashtag don't be a pussy.
Hashtag don't be Joe Brady.
And then the other thing we have coming up, thanks to Lone Star Piper, we're It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
That's a good point. We should definitely lots of shout outs for Lone Star Piper because that was the hookup.
Yeah, he hooked us up with Lee, the piper from Dropkick Murphys, and he has agreed to come on. It's just we just got to work out the schedule.
We're working out the logistics.
Ironically enough, people are not available on Friday night to do these very often. It's difficult.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have that coming up, and we will eventually, although we do have a special guest tonight, but he can only make it for the last couple minutes.
Yeah, we are going to have a call-in. We're going to have a call-in session from Joe Brady later tonight, which I'm very excited about.
Finally have Joe Brady on the show. We're going to talk to him a little bit at the end.
We've made him famous.
Apparently, did you hear the story? Did I tell the story on the air yet?
You haven't told it on air, I don't think.
Okay.
It's just the airplane story.
The airplane story.
Yeah, the airplane story I think is worth telling on air.
So if anybody would like to correct me on this if I get any part of this wrong, but essentially Joe Brady there was a police officer killed in Chicago, and Joe is a former Chicago police officer. So he was going to Chicago to help play the pipes for the funeral. I assume that's what he was going there for. And he was on a plane, and he happened to meet another piper on the plane. And he said, "Hi, by the way, my name's Joe Brady." And the guy's like, "Joe Brady? I heard your name on the podcast of FU Joe Brady fame." Like, oh my God, look at that.
We've officially made Joe into a hashtag.
It's brilliant. Of course, it's a negative one. Maybe
we also have I love Joe Brady because he sent us the cupcakes.
Yeah, but that one won't last very long.
Well, no, because people hate. Why do you think that we're so negative on the show?
People love bitter, angry people.
People want to listen to people bitch while they're on their way home. While they're literally 90% of our audience is either taking a shit right now or driving home from work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why.
And speaking of which, if you're listening to the Chan and Rant podcast and you're driving home from work right now, take your phone out, endanger all the lives around you, and send us a tweet, hashtag driving home or hashtag taking a shit.
Yeah, I'm curious what the difference is.
It's called market research.
Yeah.
I learned that at a school.
Which school was that, Josh?
School of Hard Knocks, bitch.
Speaking of School of Hard Knocks, pipe bands and reeds.
Dude, I can't.
Holy shit.
Somebody
needs to write a book, because if anybody ever figures it out, they'll be rich and famous. And
here's the point where we might lose some of the non-piping folk in the audience.
Don't worry, the dick jokes will come back.
Dick jokes will come back. Well, I mean, it's wood that we're talking about, so it's going to be natural.
Yeah, we're going to.
But what the fuck with fucking reeds?
It's funny. You've been struggling for months now, I'd say. We cannot get you a reed that
I've been
works.
having some fucking issues. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not fucking Stuart Little, but I don't suck. So there's only a certain level of me that I think is the problem.
True. Yeah, I mean, my general rule of thumb for a lot of my players is it's probably human error in some way, maybe a finger slipping, you got, a wonky reed, whatever it is. At least assume that first, and then if that's not the case, we'll deal with it. But pretty sure that it's not, generally speaking, it's usually not the case for you. You're a pretty solid blower. You're good fingers. Been playing a long time. Wouldn't assume that to be the case.
I've had this same problem with like 5 reeds.
You even changed your channer.
I changed my channer. Like you've been carving and fucking tying, and I've been trying to do the beard magic.
I've been sleeping with a reed in my beard overnight just to see if anything happens.
To imbue it with some essential oils.
Something, but yeah, man, like there's something about,
I
don't know what's going on with modern
human
channers.
Sacrifices just to try to get the reed.
Something about modern channers and reeds that don't accommodate lower level bands well, especially if you're trying to stay a little bit flatter than average. So everybody out there of course is trying to go super sharp. At least they're trying to replicate what the grade 1 bands do.
Well, you know for a fact what a grade 1 pipe band contest is going to sound like in 20 years. It'll just be so high pitched that no one can hear it, and it'll be dogs barking.
It'll be above the 20,000.
They'll have Inverary and District will march into the. They'll march in. It'll be completely silent except for the drones because the channers are so fucking sharp. And then the bass drummer will hold out a single crystal champagne glass, and if they crack it, they win.
They win, yeah. That could be where we're going. I mean, Jesus Christ. But I mean, this doesn't help the lower grade bands who can't possibly make that work when they're tuning at almost 490 or whatever it is nowadays.
Especially when it's 100 degrees.
Yeah, it's the fucking West Coast. That's a whole other thing.
It's 100 degrees and anywhere above sea level.
Yeah, it pretty much. Which is, it's funny, like when it's wintertime, I actually have, when it's particularly cold, my chanter works the best because it just, the humidity just sits on it.
Yeah,
you know,
just
it's just brilliant.
sings.
So for 3 days in the middle of January when I play a funeral in Boulder City, it's just fucking brilliant. But other
That's
than
a
that,
long
it's
funeral,
hell.
man. 3 days? Jesus.
Well, 3 day time, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass, especially you got that high G problem. Like we can't get I don't know if I should say what we use, but
Do we want to, I mean, do we want to get to a point where we call out like specific manufacturers? Because I didn't think we were going to get that far. Let's talk about this.
I don't know.
Specific,
are we going to be pussies or are we going to
specific manufacturers, you know who you are, and you know which bands play your shit. Fucking step it up. Come on.
Or just like have different products that accommodate different things. Like here's an example. Like every year, at least the last couple of years, we've been using Chesney reeds locally, right? And I get them picked out by a guy who I know in Northern Ireland who goes there and picks them out for me.
We've set the name. We're going now.
So yeah, fuck it. But trust me, Chesney, this is not going to hurt him. Every band in the world plays his reeds and they're all fucking brilliant. So
this podcast brought to you by Chesney Reeds.
It's probably me.
Send us a box of 20 from the top shelf. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know those special ones that you only give to who plays them? Field Marshal or
the ones you only give to like the grade 1 guys that walk in.
You know, nobody gets those.
I want a box of those, and then you'll keep getting airtime on our 6.
We'll change our opinion on that. Yeah, but I mean, we struggle with that. We're in the desert, so that hurts. But then we're also ordering reeds from a U.S. shop, generally speaking. That is probably a box of shit reeds. And then, I get these picked out, and maybe they're good over there because the humidity is different or whatever it is when he's trying them out for us. And then I get them over here, and then they don't work. The high G is way too sharp, and by the time I tune it down...
Squawk City, Squawkafornia, man.
Yeah, especially for the people that can blow a decent reed. Like, it's just hell, man.
We call the people that can blow a decent reed the non-bitches.
But I mean, I'm trying. I've been experimenting. I've changed reeds over the years. We used to use G1 for a while, a couple of years. We had some success with those, a little bit here and there, but we still had the same high G problem, just not.
You got to keep in mind G1, which brings you the Big Rob Show and Inverary and District World Champions.
Yeah. I actually know the guy that I've met him at least a couple times that makes G1.
I just ruined our G1 sponsorship, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. John Elliott, I'm calling you out. John, who is also a very handsome man, by the way, makes G1 reeds, and generally they're very highly thought of. I mean, obviously Inverary plays them, and they're won the worlds and all that, so that's obviously good. I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you this, Josh. You ready for this one?
Lay it on me, bro.
I'm putting this out to John Elliott right now.
Johnny boy.
John, you get me 10 very good reads a year, and I'll suck your fucking dick. That's all I need.
He'll cradle the balls,
swallow the gravy, the whole 9 yards.
The shaft.
Oh yeah, dude, best blowjob you ever had. I promise you that, buddy. You get me 10.
Wait, how do you give the best blowjob he's ever had? Aside from the fact that girls across the pond don't put out, how do you give? How are you going to give a great? How many?
I'm sure he's been to America.
How many dicks have you sucked, Fusco?
I'd rather not say.
Is that why Joe sent us cupcakes?
It might be. Oh my god.
Hashtag F you Joe Brady, literally.
Absolutely. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't know how people do it. Like, you got to be real special. We get lucky now and again. You get some reads in the mail and they work fucking brilliantly. But right now I'm on to trying Gilmore. By the way, here's the thing. Josh has had such a trouble with reads.
Dude.
That
our
last gig.
I will say this. You were certain it was me.
Well, no, I started to think, it can't be every goddamn read in every goddamn
It can't be every fucking read in the world.
I'm starting to think, all right, maybe it's something Josh is doing. I don't know. But so anyway, we're at the last gig, the Chieftains thing, and his read is still fucking hell, and it just couldn't get him right. And I really couldn't afford not to have him play. So then I really made a decision. So I go into my box, I pull out my solo chanter, I steal my solo chanter reed.
That was true fucking love right
there.
Which
is a shepherd reed. I mean, we're talking names, so we might as well. And this is a hell of a good reed. It's a little stiff maybe for you Is it a little hard?
No, for me it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's actually almost the first time ever, almost too flat. Like I've got to keep putting you in and massaging.
Dude, well, it's like all the
for the
hemp's
first
off.
time ever, all the tapes off.
If I pull the channer out of the pipe stock, there's literally just like 0.25 inches of blade sticking out. That's it. Everything is all the way in. You can see the copper from the G hole. That's how far in it is.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's obviously an exaggeration.
Yeah. But
there goes the non-piping crowd. They're just like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about anymore. They're talking about two sticks tied together.
with a piece of metal in between.
Two fucking sticks tied together. How goddamn hard can it be? I watched a motherfucker on YouTube cut up a plastic Dixie cup to make a practice chanter read.
Man, you call me the pipe band nerd. That's pretty shitty.
I'm gonna I swear to God, I'm gonna go. I have a pine tree in my backyard. I'm just gonna like take a broken branch and make a fucking reed out of it and have it play good, and then just be like, bitches, see how hard can it be?
How hard could it be? Yeah.
Two sticks tied together.
Yeah, I don't know, but I gave you that reed. Worked fucking brilliantly.
It was plug and play.
You still have it. It's brilliant.
As soon as you put it in, singing.
Yeah, it was fucking immediate.
And as soon as that happened, I looked at you and I was like, see?
It's not me, asshole.
I fucking told you, motherfucker. I know how to do a burl. I've been playing for 15 years. I know how to do a goddamn burl.
I was blaming him as like, maybe your fingers are moving in your burls. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, your fingers are slipping. Like, and I mean, you got to the point where you literally like came up and like held
your finger down.
Held my fucking ring finger down to make sure my burls weren't shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, that is not the problem.
Hey, I was trying to eliminate all possibilities.
Fusco, I appreciate your process.
Yeah.
I will let you, but you got to keep. So here's how this works from my perspective. By the way, this will be a good little insight into the non-pipe major world.
Sure.
And for me, like even as pipe sergeant, like I tune, I help with people tone and stuff like that. A lot of like the real deep dive reed magic, like shaving, tuning, carving, that kind of shit still eludes me. I just have never got into it. For a fucking fact, I knew that I wasn't playing it that bad. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, how long is it going to take him to just take this shit seriously and fix this fucking shit? It's one of those things where I'm like, Fusco, if he took 15 minutes of pure focus and not just assuming that I'm an asshole that doesn't know what he's doing.
There's a little bit of that, yeah.
Like, if he took 15 minutes of pure focus and just didn't assume I'm an asshole that has no idea what he's doing, this problem would be over. I did that for 3 fucking months.
Yeah, but I kind of trust you to
3 fucking months of me looking at you and being like, this is fucked up. And then we're playing again, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? It's always like, what are you doing? It's like, what am I doing? This is your fucking job. You're the pipe major. Fix it.
Well, I was at a loss. We got 3 months in. I'm like, I got no more reads.
I was at a point where I was
else.
literally going to fucking pay you to like set my pipes up. I was going to be like, take these fucking things for a weekend. Spend some actual time, not just like at practice or gigs.
We got 2 hours a week. I mean, it's hard to fucking do that.
I can barely make that.
I know.
Hashtag episode 5, dude. Bam life balance.
Make an appointment, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, but it's one of those things like, I'm just going to send him home with my fucking pipes because he's not taking this shit seriously. Like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I am experimenting. I just got a new package of reeds in the mail. Here's my theory.
Do we want to say who they're from?
Yeah, because I don't know any results yet, so why not? They're Gilmore reeds from Australia.
So these are Gilmore reeds from Australia, and
this is my theory.
Within 2 podcasts, you'll know if they suck.
Yeah, we'll be sure to report back. Now, the thing, my theory on Gilmore is this. This is the only thing I've got because I've got
was
nothing.
That too much drink noises in the mic?
No, that was cool. So glug 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 glug. So my theory on Gilmore is this, and
we're known for our sound effects.
This is purely pulling shit out of my ass because I have no idea anymore because you can't get a decent read anywhere. But is that figuring Australia's environment is similar to ours? It's very arid and hot for the most part. Maybe other than
and all the people are good looking.
Yeah, and so we figured, it's like us. So I figured, well, let's try Gilmore. Maybe there's something different about the way they make reeds or something that accommodates those. I don't know, but to be fair, I think most of the grade 1 Australian and New Zealand bands play Chesney, but I don't fucking know. But anyway, but I'm just gonna try it. Like let's see if these work because I'm playing a Gilmore currently in my band chanter just because I wanted to try it and it works for my chanter.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it works real good.
It works for your band chanter.
My band chanter, yeah. So, I just thought, well, it's working for me. I try one out. I always try on myself, and if it works, I'll see if it filters through to everybody else.
That's what you said about autoerotic asphyxiation.
We're getting you there. Well, you tried it. You started wearing a Batman mask and all that. So,
dude, I feel like I've done it enough to where I really need to upgrade and get like a movie quality cowl. You know, like
is a cat. What does that mean? Is that like with the cape?
It's like
on
the
it
thing that goes all the way over your head.
Over
so like
shoulders
covers
and
the back. You know, not actually the one that goes on the front because like the plastic kind of digs into my cheeks because you know I gotta be very expressive. My O face is like a lot of cheek. So. I just feel like maybe I should go into like a larger bat. The problem is if I get a real proper movie quality Batman mask, is it too reinforced for the belt to do its job?
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, it might block somehow.
And at what point do I have a spotter to make sure I don't kill myself? And is that spotter's name Robin?
Boy, is that a tie-in to Robin Williams or...
Robin, Batman sidekick, dumbass.
I get it. I was thinking if you were making a double sort of connection.
The boy wonder. He calls 911 when I pass out.
We'll let Big Sexy handle that job.
Yeah, Big Sexy make a great Robin. He has to wear a tiny kid's version of the costume, though.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
So, just it's back to the reads, but a side topic. We got a message in on somebody messaged in saying, you guys are going to open a can of worms about reeds and the whole reed chanter drone combo setup thing. Somebody wrote in on Facebook about this. I'm like, dude, we're not even talking about that yet. This is Rob says, man, you guys are opening a can of worms. Like, I'd love to get to that point to worry about fucking chanter drone combos. I'm just trying to get a goddamn chanter reed that works for most people in the band.
One that fucking plays.
All I want is a low A that doesn't fucking squawk when people play G Grace notes. You know, now there's the theory, I think, well, Andrew Douglas yelled at me once about this. He's like, get in there and carve those high A's so that way you can make all this fucking shit work or whatever. And I could do that. I know, from what I hear, Jack Lee's and SFU does that with their chanters or something. Like, they get chanters in and the first thing they do is carve the shit out of the high A's.
Just rail them.
So that way they can get them tuned enough so that way you can actually get the G flat.
You know the thing about Jack, man. He does love carving an A-hole.
I think you're talking about the wrong Canadian.
Oh, is that the wrong Canadian?
Yeah, I think so.
And we just lost a listener.
They don't know we exist yet, but they will.
Oh,
they
God.
will. It's coming.
You will be.
So yeah, but yeah, that's what I hear we're supposed to do. Like, just if you carve out your high A hole, that means you can flatten your reed. You can pull your reed out to be more flat, so the G goes flatter without needing tape, and then your high A doesn't go insanely flat, which is exactly the problem we have.
Yeah, that's fine.
The other issue we have is that the Fs are insanely flat, so then we got to carve the shit out of the Fs.
So what you're saying is, officially, Andrew Douglas from the Piper's Dojo has asked you to widen your A-hole and shove it farther in.
Yes, that's exactly what has happened.
Okay. Hashtag Piper's Dojo.
Give him a call. He's got great advice.
And we just both got fired.
Not only are we fired, we lost sponsors, potential sponsors. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's all right. We love them all.
Don't worry. Someday when we get 7 listeners.
Trust me, you can always tell if we don't like it because we don't make fun of you.
Yeah, we don't. That's true. If we don't mention you, we probably hate you.
Yep.
So anyway,
so it's interesting too that he calls that's the can of worms. He says the can of worms is going to be the reed and chanter combination. Let me talk to you about a bigger can of fucking worms. And now everybody's on blast because I've had my whiskey in.
Oh boy,
why the fuck is it that depending on who you are, you get shipped a different quality of reed? Very much like if I'm
come on, you're marketing, dude.
If I understand it, but why don't I have that power yet? It's because we're only at 1,000 listeners. Like if I get us to 100,000 listeners, do I get to have the top shelf reads?
Oh, I guarantee it.
See, now we're talking.
I guarantee it.
I'm okay with that, but still, there's some fuckery there, right? Like we talk about pipe bands, competition, and it's so funny because
it's capitalism 101. It's if I'm on the positive side of that, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, bitches.
Yeah, but it's also
guess what? We're in grade 4. Nobody
it's
gives
also
a fuck.
craftsmanship, right? So like it's craftsmanship.
Well, true. Yes.
If I made chairs, I'm Ron Swanson and I make chairs. That's my job. I own a factory and I make chairs. If Stuart Liddell comes in and I sell him a great fucking chair. And then Andy Fusco comes in, and I sell him a chair that as soon as he sits in it, one of the legs is going to break off, and he's going to fall on his ass. eventually people will stop buying my fucking chairs.
That's true. That's true.
So where's the happy medium of like, okay, like if I know a batch of reeds are shit, fucking toss them. Like,
But they're so okay. So
like if
I can only talk about my perspective on that.
Okay, I'm interested to hear it, but I'm just saying, like if I make if I make a product that's absolute shit, like if I made a product that nobody wanted, like for example, Chanarant T-shirts, $29.99, soon to go up on the Chanarant store.
Yep.
And nobody wanted
Podcasting ain't free. Hashtag podcasting ain't free.
Fucking podcasting certainly ain't free. I can't decide between shirts and Patreon, but we'll get somewhere. We'll meet somewhere in the middle. But yeah, it's like, dude, if I had a product and I consistently made the same product that was technically the same, because realistically, it's not like G1 reads, G2 reads, and G15 reads. Like they're all called the same thing.
Mm-hmm. You mean from the same company?
Yes. So like, let's say maybe it's honesty. Maybe it's being above board. Maybe it's like, these reeds are slightly subpar, so I'll sell them to you at a discount.
Well, the name...
And we'll call these the Chesney Wood Chips, and we'll call the top ones the Chesney Platinums or whatever. And
there should be a price difference based on the fact that these are more risky, right? Because in every other aspect of life, if you're buying something that's quality isn't quite as high as something else, it's cheaper.
Yeah,
because there's a chance it may not work potentially. Generally, there's a return policy. I don't know if reeds sometimes they have return policies.
But then you're passing that risk on to the consumer.
Yes,
that's how capitalism works.
Absolutely. But let's take. I only know this.
So here's my question:
G1, but G1 used to have a reed called G1, and then they started making G1 Platinums. I don't know if they still make G1 because I haven't looked at them in a while because everybody uses Platinums at this point. I don't know if he did that for a marketing purpose or if there was actually a difference. Maybe he learned how to make a better quality reed. I don't know.
What even comes after Platinum?
The G1 blowjobs?
The G1 prostate orgasm series?
Exactly. If anybody would like marketing ideas,
by the way, if
you
do make reeds and call them the G1 Platinum Prostrate Orgasm series, you have to pay me royalties. That's how it works.
Or pay him for the idea. If anybody steals that,
just send me one of the reeds.
Dude, imagine that. Like somebody actually had the balls to name their reed something cool like that.
I just bought the URL, so we're good.
Brilliant.
G1 Platinum Orgasm Series .com. Got it.
Brilliant. And those are $20 as compared to the G1 shit reeds, which are $10.
It's one of those things too where it's like, okay, so like
just kidding, John, I love you.
Pass the risk on to the consumer. Say, okay, these are more risky. But, like, let's say I play in a shitty service band that's grade 7, and I want to fucking have 20 reeds. I can buy them at a discount, even though we make over $100,000 a year each for working, like, 3 days out of the year.
Yeah.
And we can have reeds for the band, and we can work on those maybe and make them work, or throw half of them away, or give half of them to students.
Right. That's exactly right. Yes. But what about the... Josh just successfully insulted every person on the planet in one sentence. It was brilliant.
That was
well constructed, my friend.
That's what I like to call the Josh McEachern 6-shooter, where...
Oh, he hit everybody.
That's
a shotgun with birdshot right there.
I insult 6 people very rapidly in one coherent sentence, and it's my trademark.
It was fucking good, though. I'll give you credit for that one. It's well thought out. Did you write that one down?
Nope. That's all. That's off the top of the head, dude. I riff. You're the only one with notes.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to know what they're talking about.
It's that 45-year-old brain just deteriorating over the years of
and all the liquor,
alcohol, and syphilis.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So back to the orgasm reads.
Yeah.
I'll put the offer out there. It doesn't have to be G1, John Elliott. It could be any of those guys. Chesney, Shepherd. Fucking give me 8 good reads a year, and I'll give you the best blowjob you ever had.
Can the next the documentary we do be a trip to Australia to go see the Australian reeds? We were going to do the Mexican pipe band one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was an idea. Yeah.
Granted, those are...
Mexican, Australian.
Mexico we can actually afford.
True. So
we can afford the Mexican documentary. We can't afford the Australian documentary yet.
So what was the documentary going to be about? Us
going to play with Mexican pipe band.
And the shenanigans that ensue?
Especially because you don't speak any Spanish, which I find impossible to believe since you've lived here for like 30 years or whatever.
Let's see how many Fuscos we can leave behind.
Dude, I just assume any slack-jawed kid with a beard that's 17 years old is one of your progeny.
Entirely possible.
Yeah,
Entirely possible. I keep changing my name so nobody can find me.
that's true.
Moving around. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the traditional Polish of your name, Short Dicks. I'm glad you stopped using that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So,
I think it was, Andrew Flapjack Short Dicks was your...
something like that.
That was the name when you first moved to Vegas and you managed to change it to Foucault?
Yeah, exactly. In all its various pronunciations.
But yeah, the Reed thing has only recently come up in my mind because
Well, it's only been a trouble for you the last few months.
the past couple months I've just been fighting and fighting and fighting. I'm like, why are these so shit?
Dude,
they're two sticks tied together. That's gonna be the name of the fucking episode. Two fucking sticks tied together.
Why is that so
that was our third chair, Andy's arse fucking chiming in.
It's working. The whiskey is working. Yeah, I mean, really. Before that, you didn't have so much trouble. Maybe you got lucky with a reed. I don't know, but I bet you in my bag.
Where does luck
40
enter
reeds.
into the
None
occasion?
of them are good.
Where does luck enter into making a thing?
Well, check this out. Remember, we had to have for the piano guys. We had to play orchestra trainers.
True.
So I went and ordered
B flat channers.
6 or whatever it was of Shepherd B flat reeds. I didn't know they made them until I was looking for reeds to work in these B flat channers.
And where did you order them from for sponsorship purposes?
Piper's Hut, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Piper's Hut. So send us a check. No, I'm just kidding.
So we ordered from Piper's Hut, and I never had 6 brilliant fucking reeds. All 6
Fucking plug and play. We literally plugged them into the B flat channers. No issues.
done,
was
tuned brilliantly,
great, yeah.
done, brilliant, fucking brilliant. I'm like, why don't they make all reeds like this? Is it just because nobody orders B flat reeds and we just got lucky? I mean, really, how many people really use those? But
Now we're gonna go into a new segment of the podcast.
what's that?
This segment is called Josh's tinfoil hat.
Oh boy.
Let me get something.
Hold
Let me
on.
get my.
Listen, I'm gonna make some music for this, so we'll insert it here. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, man.
What you got, man? What you got?
Just fucking think about this, man. Think about this. All of the fucking reed makers, man. They make a bunch of fucking reeds, man. They sponsor bands. They sponsor bands with certain quality of the reeds. At what point, man, are the fucking reed makers picking the fucking winners of the World Pipe Band Championships, man? They just give them the good shit, not that bottom shelf shit. That top shelf shit, man. They're fucking, the fucking system's rigged. Wake up, sheeple. Wake up.
That wasn't half bad, considering.
Sorry, that's the end of the tinfoil hat part of the episode.
There once was a controversy. I'll say this. It was when I heard about it, it was 14 years ago, but it may still be in existence. But there was, the guy that makes Shepherd reeds. His name's Bob Shepherd. He was a judge.
shit, huh?
He was a judge at the Worlds.
Bob Shepherd of Shepherd Reeds.
for years, and there was a big controversy that he knew who was playing his reeds, and his bands always seemed to win in his sheets. Now, this is complete conjecture. This is the rumors you hear in the pipe band world, but that's what they used to say. I mean, we're going to go on a topic about this someday, probably when we get to the association thing, but there's so many, things that happen that are not above board, or at least don't appear that way. You got a guy that makes reeds judging bands that use or don't use his reeds, even if he's 100% honest,
which nobody is.
Nobody is. He should never be put in that position to make that call.
It's interesting,
bullshit.
Because I would argue the opposite point.
Go ahead.
The reeds shouldn't.
You're
matter.
wrong. You're wrong.
So I mean, yeah, you got 3 or 4 judges, right? How can one person sway the whole opinion?
Well, no, but at least on his sheet, that gives his bands a bigger chance. If you know what I mean, it's 25% potentially, and actually,
I imagine there's got to be a bigger problem over the pond than it is here, because here,
well, yeah, there's not a lot of reed makers that.
Well, and it's so funny. There's so much minutia that goes into it. Like when we were over there for the Worlds, it was like, well, that judge used to play with that band, or that judge supplies the reeds for that band, or blah 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 blah. And so there's politics at play here, dude. In the West Coast of the United States, we're essentially toddlers with knives in the dark.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like there's no subversiveness. There's not enough interest to make it like
to make them even bother to care.
There's not enough interest to generate conspiracy. Like just nobody gives a fuck. One, like as far as the general public in the United States, which, you know, I'm sure I'm gonna get flack for this, but it's slightly bigger than our former country, the United Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Like nobody fucking cares. So for us, it's a lot about like just trying to generate interest more than like focusing on conspiracy. And also, realistically, the people that end up in the pipe band scene or the pipe band association scene or the Highland Games scene don't have the competence or capability to really have conspiracy. Like there's just no way. There's not that capable.
I was going to save this for another show, but let me counterpoint.
We can
Counterpoint. Let me. Generally speaking, on a large scale, you're probably correct. There's not a lot of influencers in the U.S. that can really. I bet you there's stories. I bet you we're going to get people writing in about stories where this is not the case. But
this is the best way to get the write-ins too.
True.
It's like I want to hear the stories for sure.
But this happened. I was going to save this for the association issue, but we'll come back to it. I'll just give a summary. But
Dude, the association issue is going to be a long.
The Vegas Games 4 or 5 years ago or so, the piping and drumming contest was being run by somebody from California, and then
it was more than 5.
I think was it. Well, I mean, whatever. It was within the last. It was definitely.
I'm trying to.
It was just before
backwards.
Buggy took over again. It was just prior to that, whenever that was. So, and then it just so happened that all the contests really, because it was grade 4 and grade 3, the band contests were all being judged by 3 out of 4 judges were in LA Scott kilts, and the LA Scott grade 4 band was there being judged. Now. You don't have to be conspiracy theorist, and then of course they won everything. Now maybe they legitimately won. I don't know. I'm not saying we certainly didn't. I'm not worried about that fact. However, it was very, in my opinion, it's just downright wrong to have 3 out of 4 judges wearing the same kilt of the band that won everything. Like you got to win so convincingly. Those judges have got to be so above board. I don't believe that for a second. You know, like that just shouldn't happen. That kind of shit should not happen.
And playing counterpoint number 2, even if, and I'm assuming based on the slate, I don't know what the slate was, even if that band was the best band at the time, you shouldn't have had 4 of the same band kilts judging that band.
Not at all. There was 3 plus 1 that was a former member of that band.
The way it works is if you're the fucking best, you fucking play, you're the best, no worries. And that's not on the band though. That's on the administrator.
It's on the administrator, the person who selected the judges. It's on the association that allows these things to happen. Yep. Motherfuckers.
It's on the administrators of the games to say, hey, we can't have 4 judges from the same fucking, or 3 judges from the same fucking band. We got to mix that shit up.
Yeah, like there should be nobody from that organization.
From a person that is from my perspective, as a Highland Games administrator, granted, I was not an administrator at that time.
Right.
It's on us.
It's on the games. Yeah, absolutely.
It's on the games for sure. Because, I mean, realistically, nobody's going to self-police. That's not
the
how
whole
it
point
works.
That's the whole point of WSPA or the association is to make sure that everything's fair and appears fair. I read their rules recently,
but we can't get into the points of that yet.
We're saving that, guys. You're getting me down a hole here.
No, from an association, from a Highland Games organizer standpoint, it's on us to look at that and be like, wait a minute, this is fucking hinky. And granted, that should not be on our plate. But a lot of stuff's on our plate that shouldn't be on our plate because we're the only ones with fucking skill to like make events happen. I mean, your job as a band player should only be to show up and play. Mm-hmm. The judge's job should only be to show up and judge. Mm-hmm. The association's job, fucking nobody knows what that is.
Yeah, we still don't know.
Everyone's just paying them money and they ain't providing shit.
Except to disqualify us last year.
Except to DQ.
They did get us that far.
And then, you know, going off on a complete tangent, the games organizers, by and large, are a large group of volunteers that work their fucking ass off so other people can make money and then bitch at us about it.
Mm-hmm. to be fair, it's hard to blame the people that come in to volunteer to run the games because generally they don't know what's happening.
But in this case, that does not apply.
That does not apply. Generally speaking, that would be the case.
That person at the time knew what the fuck they were doing.
Absolutely knew.
And strangely enough, that person was very rapidly replaced with the change in management.
Yeah, but I don't think that was the reason. It was just...
Oh, that was absolutely the reason. That
I didn't hear about it. I thought it was because the board changed hands.
No, it was the bottom line as well.
Oh, money. Okay, well that's true too. Yeah.
It was why are the competitions rigged and we're spending a shit ton of money on a host band that doesn't live here?
Well, there's all that too.
Full disclosure, dude. We're out now.
We're coming to association. We're going down a road that we don't need to go down yet.
Dude, I'm gonna get.
But it's all about
some phone calls after this goes up. Let me tell you.
It goes back to the shepherd thing potentially.
People think they're good at doing shady shit. Nobody's as good at it as they think they are. Nobody's as good at lying as they think they are. And I get I get flack for telling the truth all the time and like being a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, dude. The reason I tell the truth all the time is because lying gets you nowhere, and people are going to be more mad at you for lying than they're going to be mad at you for telling them to put a trash bag over their head and shoot themselves in a bathtub.
Just say, sorry, man, I fucked up. Let's move on with our lives.
Oh, you going on that? You going on that tangent?
Well, you brought it up, but
wait,
where are we at time-wise? Because I don't want to go over this one.
We're at 50. Do we have anything else to say about reeds?
Well, I think we kind of nailed everything on channel reads. Again, I just want to repeat that blowjobs for anybody and get me some good reads. We could get into drone reads a little bit, I suppose. I mean, that's...
Dude, drone reads, I have no qualms.
I mean, generally speaking, because they're... Well, especially if you use fake... what do you call them? Like fake ones, whatever, not cane, essentially. They just kind of work for the most part. There's really
honestly...
It's just whether they work the way you like it or not.
Since I switched, and since we're using names, since I switched to Bruce's fucking drone reads, I'm
Akadabui, yellow reads, whatever the fuck
happy as a clam.
Yeah, no,
they sound so much better than my old ones, and that's like, it's not to knock easy drones. I've heard easy drones that sound good in certain pipes.
Yeah, I have too.
I play a like 04 set of McCallums that are right between when McCallums were sucked and McCallums were good.
Right.
So there's a little bit of customization that needs to happen there.
Sure. Yep.
But man, as soon as I started playing Bruce's reads,
I agree. I like night and day when you put them in. I was there that day, like, because easy drones work in certain pipes. They did not work in yours.
Mine did not sound good.
They did not sound good, and you put
those in. It was one of those things too. Like I didn't even take my drone, like the tone of my drones. I didn't take it in consideration until we were in Worlds when we went and played with Ballybriest. And that's when I started listening to some of the setups that everyone else had, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!"
Makes a big difference. The drones control whether your chanter comes alive, basically.
Yeah,
essentially, it's like the harmonics off the drones makes the chanter like magical or not. Yeah. So I don't know what's different about those in particular compared to other. I mean, there's a million drone reads on the market.
But it's also one of those things where like different reads work with different sets. Like for my set, Bruce's reads were amazing. It was so funny too because he emailed me. He's like, "I heard you're pretty happy with my reads." I'm like, "You have no fucking idea." Like,
yeah, they were
night
great.
and day.
Yeah, big time. But I mean, there's a million good reads out there as far as drone reads go. There's
Speaking of people we should have on, we should fucking get Bruce on sometime.
Oh, I would love to.
He's connected though.
Fucking hilarious.
He's connected. He's got a hard time talking shit because he's involved.
He's very good at not doing it publicly. Yes,
he's involved in a lot of stuff.
But he's got some good stories. That guy is fucking hilarious. Let me tell you, like,
dude,
when we're at pipe school or whatever, and he just goes off on tangents and stories. He's not shitting on anybody. He's just got world of experience and funny stories. He tells them in a good way. It would just be funny to have him on.
Should we plug the Arizona school? I mean, it's not really. They're not a sponsor yet.
But who cares?
But
they help me.
Yeah, the Arizona school. I mean, it's
helped me a lot.
It's what weekend it's a week long. It just it goes up to the Phoenix games.
Yeah, it's a week long pipe school in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's in mid-July every year. I don't know the exact dates right off the top of my head right now, but
it goes to the Flagstaff games. I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
Yeah, Flagstaff. Yeah, but you attended way back when, 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Dude,
like
I attended the Flagstaff school when I was 16 years old. After I just bought my car, and I drove myself. It was my first 16-year-old adventure out on my own. I drove myself to fucking Arizona to go to bagpipe camp for a week. I was the coolest kid there.
Fucking nerd.
All the kids there, dude, didn't have cars and shit. Like,
Yeah.
like how old are you? I'm like 16. Maybe I might have been 17. I'm trying to think of the year.
Yeah.
I was like, I fucking like, well, like, where are your parents, dude? I'm like, back home. I fucking drove myself. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, you went a while back. I went every year from, I think, 2009 till about 2015 or so, 2016, whatever it was, something like that. Made a world of difference for me.
It's a great school.
And
We'll shit talk them later.
Oh, yeah, there's downside too, but
Well, let's do
schools
this.
in general are good. I highly recommend them.
Let's do the marketing drive for the Flagstaff school. Let's talk about why they're good up until they've like booked all their people, and then after the school's over, we'll talk about why they're shit.
Good idea. So
Yeah.
July like 20th or so, we'll just
I can go off on that.
unless somehow they become a sponsor before then.
It's not even that. It's like it's
Hashtag no scruples.
yeah.
Something like
It's mostly self-awareness. Like they don't play up their perks nearly as they don't play up the good parts nearly as much as they like have to try to cover up the shit parts.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
But then again, I work in marketing. When you're a marketing hammer, everything's a marketing nail.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. But so I guess that's a lot of what we're talking about. We're just bitching about reeds at this point. There's really nothing all that special going on. But
Dude, I'm very excited for the Pipe Band Association episode because that's going to get us in so much fucking trouble.
oh yeah, it's gonna be phenomenal. Like some people were writing into us about like, did you guys get banned from the whatever it was? I'm like,
That was the Midwestern Pipe Band
yeah,
Association.
not. And I had to
Not
write back. It's
explicitly.
like, no, we might have mentioned that last week, but we meant to say that it's going to happen. Like once somebody hears
Yeah,
what
once
we're
they
talking
hear
about, because they recently came out with a social media code of conduct kind of thing.
It's called a code of censure. It says code of conduct.
But it's
But
essentially
really, it's like, by the way, you can't talk shit about us.
you can't talk shit about us, or we will not let you do anything. So, and that's sort of helped inspire us. I've never been a fan of associations in general, but
The
that helped
problem-
inspire us to start thinking about this episode. And
They're-
a very special chanter rant.
They're going to destroy themselves. That's the issue.
Yeah, people are gonna
They're going to be like, you know what we should do in this situation with a bunch of people that are unhappy about the service we provide? Try to not let them talk about it or else they can't compete. I'm like, guys, you're 4 or 5 people trying to fight 300, 400 people. Like, what?
It's got to be more than that too.
Like, what are you thinking?
It's a machine at this point.
Just
though.
become, well, and also, like, just become an actual service to the pipe band community. Like, become
treat us like customers. Like
become
that we
a
are.
benefit. And if you can become a benefit, you'll avoid what's about to happen in the next 2 months.
Which is the greatest chanter rant episode of all time.
It's not even the Chanarant episode. It's just going to be
what's gonna
the
happen?
general. It's going to be the general realization of everyone. Like, yeah, fuck these guys. They can't tell us when we can and cannot compete.
Like, what does sanctioning mean anyway? Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? I'm a games organizer. I pay the prize money. The
Right.
fucking sanctioning body doesn't even steward. Doesn't
Yeah.
provide the judges. Doesn't show up. Like, like
They set the rules, I
yeah,
guess.
Like
but
I guess they sort of set the rules, but it's,
it's up to you to follow them, right?
I have a person that does all the hiring. I have to hire judges. I fly them in. I pay them per diem. I hire stewards to help the judges. By the way, we can get a totally different conversation about stewards because credit where credit is due. Vegas Games is the only one that actually has stewards that knows who the fuck the judges are and where people should be going.
That's probably, I don't know. I can't speak to that. I know there's a lot of games that don't. But
The amount of times I've argued with stewards about like, no, she's not supposed to go over there. She's supposed to be going to Bruce. I'm like, that's fucking Bruce. Hi, Bruce. And he waves, and then the steward's just like, oh. I'm gonna put photos
That's actually
on
good.
the clipboard, man.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things like I hire the stewards, I hire the judges, I pay for their flights, I fucking limo them to the event.
Well, to be
I pay their
fair,
per diems.
Buggy does this, but
I sign the checks, motherfucker.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. I just want to.
It's one of those things like, so what are you providing to me again? Oh, if they compete and we pay you a bunch of money, they get points.
That no one will actually update and no
that
one
are
will
that are
actually
not
know.
tracked
And
properly.
if you go to the website, you can never actually find out. Why are we talking about this now? We're supposed to be saving.
Yeah, we gotta say this. Okay, let me tell you what. We have a good way to say this. Let's bring in our special guest. Joe Brady is calling into the podcast.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. Joe actually wanted to call in and comment on it. He couldn't make it till near the end.
So
of the show.
we didn't quite wire it in. We're gonna speakerphone him in.
Yeah, we're actually gonna. He's gonna call us. We're gonna speakerphone him in though. So here we go.
Yeah, so let's do this. I'm happy to talk to Joe. I'm just really excited that Joe wants to be on the show for a change.
Hey guys, Joe Brady.
Sorry, Joe. We're actually out of time. We apologize. We just.
Yeah, we're right up against that hour.
Yeah, man. Sorry. Tell you what. We promise we'll get you next week. You can comment on whatever next week's subject is, but we apologize. Thanks, Joe, for calling in. And yeah, that's kind of all we got to say this week.
I think that's a wrap on the Chain Rant podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, I have seriously considered. I don't know if any of you have kind of followed our adventures via the YouTubes or the video content, but we're very much seriously considering a Chain Rant YouTube channel. It'll be basically all the stuff that we can't do anywhere else.
Right. we have a clean channel, which is the band that shall not be named, and then our potential dirty channel.
Yeah, we have a clean channel and dirty channel, just like your web browser. So
This is going to be the dark web of pipe band fucking YouTube channels.
if that's something that is interesting to any of you, please let us know. We're looking at doing some video content. It's just always based on time availability, creativity, and free Bushmills.
And whether Josh is crying or bitching about his full-time job that week.
Yeah, this is money place for the podcast.
I haven't seen a lot of money coming in so far. I mean, you got yourself a nice arm bar thing there over there.
Yeah,
and-
shit.
yeah, you got a mixer.
This is how much did you pitch into this whole fucking deal?
Hey, I bought these fucking things.
There you
and,
go. That's perfect.
I bought liquor 1 week.
1 week. There you go. Perfect. I tell you
Starving
what.
musician.
So, Andy, any final thoughts on Reeds?
John Elliott, I'll suck your dick. That's all I got to say.
My only thought on Reeds is it's two fucking sticks tied together. Just get over it.
How
Just
hard
make
could
it
it
make it a fucking. Just send me a good one for fuck's sake. I'm Josh,
This is Andy.
and this is the Chain Rant podcast. And fucking A, we hope to see you guys on episode 7 and do all the social media shit. Follow us, don't follow us, tell us we suck, tell us we're great. Have a lovely evening, and don't forget to 68 your significant other.
Thank you very much.
Good night.